Hi friends, welcome to Yoga with Sarah Trapani. This is a deep hip opening flow. I hope you enjoy. Grab your mat and I'll see you there. Great job taking this time for yourself today. If you're still with me at the end and you like my practices, please do subscribe to my channel and you can hit that super thanks button and leave a tip. So let's start with a little movement flowing forward and back from a child's pose into this modified plank. So we're going to open up the front of the hips in this way and just get the blood flowing as we prepare to move through this practice. And as you flow, consider what's your reason for getting on the mat today? What do you want to cultivate here? And let that intention help guide your effort. So we'll start to move with the breath. On the inhale, we're sinking the hips maybe a little bit, looking up. And then exhale, pressing back all the way back, hips to heels. And inhale, sliding forward. And exhale, pressing back. And we're going to start to scoop the tailbone towards your right elbow and then to center and over to the left. So we're going to make some big swooping circles with the pelvis. So this is a great way to kind of lubricate those hip joints, that place where the femur bone connects to the pelvis. And then we're gonna switch it up, curve that tailbone toward your left elbow, and just take some time here, keeping your hands in the same place and seeing what range of motion feels good for you. And breathing. And then come back into a child's pose. Drop your hips toward the heels. Find that exhale all the way out. And then let's come up to tented fingers and step your right foot forward right between your hands. And we'll start with keeping the fingertips tented and the hands are framing that front foot. And then we have the top of that left foot resting and we're gonna allow the inner thighs to move apart and hold there, looking neutral, looking forward, and just taking a moment. And we'll start to lift the hips and sink them down and explore how that feels. Lifting and sinking down. Lifting, sinking down and forward. Lifting and sinking down. And then tuck your left toes, lift your left thigh, spin that left heel down and start to straighten your right leg all the way. Then fold over that right leg, peeking at your right hip, anchoring your left outer heel. And I want to flow with the breath. So on your inhale, bend your right knee, drop your left knee down, look up, and then on your exhale, spin that left heel down, straighten the right leg, and fold. So let's inhale, glide through, look up, and then exhale, straighten, and fold. Inhale, gliding through, looking up, exhale, fold. Just a way to wake up the hips, bring that left knee down, then heel toe your right foot toward the outside edge of your mat. Turn your right toes out a couple of degrees and pause here in that lizard lunge. You can take the left foot flat if you want. And just kind of wag your tailbone side to side in a subtle way. Breathing there. Smooth inhale. Exhale, elbows are a little bit soft. Good, and then let's lift the hips and we're gonna slide that right leg back, big toes touch, child's pose. Exhaling out. Then let's stand up on the knees. We're gonna roll the shoulder blades down and reach around, interlace the fingers. Drop your knuckles down, lift your heart. Get a nice front body opening. Push your hips forward a little bit. Inhale, exhale, belly in. And finding your way back to child's pose. We're meeting in child's pose and find those tented fingers. Step your left foot through right between the hands. Left knee is over the heel. So we're gonna hang out there for a second. Now as you hang out, it might be that that left knee travels forward a little bit and that's fine. Don't force, don't try to cram the body into anywhere it doesn't wanna go. Just be with your breath, letting the pelvis sink forward and down for a moment. And I didn't say this already, but I wanna always encourage you to find compassion for wherever you're at. Trust you can back off if you need to at any point. Being compassionate and gentle with yourself. We're gonna lift the hips and sink them down. Just a subtle movement, lifting, sinking down. Good. Lifting, sinking down, and lifting, sinking down. Tuck your back toes, lift your right thigh, spin that right heel down and straighten the left leg all the way. So we'll fold into Parsvottanasana, anchoring your right outer heel, dragging your left sitting bone back. So you have a pretty long space between the heels to make it through this flow. If you need to shorten your stance a little bit, you could step that right foot forward a tiny bit. But let's move with the breath and see how it feels, what range of motion's available. So on your inhale, drop your right knee down, lift your heart, look up. Then exhale, lift the back thigh, spin the right heel down. You fold and you straighten that left leg. So you move with the breath. We're going to inhale forward and look up, coming into the lunge, and then exhale, straighten and fold. And one more inhale, and one more exhale, and fold. And let your head melt toward that left shin. Let the right hip point roll forward and down. And then bend your left knee, drop your right knee down. You can take the top of that right foot flat, heel toe the left foot toward the outside edge of your mat, and then come into this lizard lunge. So palms can come all the way to the floor. And you can just subtly wag the tail. I'm just staying up on straight arms for this. You can look down or slightly forward. Breathing there. One more inhale. Soft elbows. Exhale, slide that left leg back, big toes touch. Child's pose. Stand up on your knees. Let's push the pelvis forward. Reach back behind, interlace the awkward finger on top. Lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale back to neutral. We're going to take the hands on the hips. Take a big step forward with your right foot and sink your hips down. Take your right hand on the inside of the heel and take that right hand to the top of the foot. So we're going to use your right arm to prise that right knee open and swipe that left hand around toward the top of that right outer hip. Peel the left shoulder away from the ear and resist that right knee into the arm. And let's find an inhale into the belly. Exhale, we're going to release. And then heel toe that right foot behind your left wrist and let your right knee drop open. So you come into pigeon pose, extending that left leg long through the baby toe. Lift your heart, look up, and then fold and come down into your pigeon. We're going to rest the third eye center on your thumbs or the floor or a yoga block. Find a place to rest that third eye and let the inner thigh groin soften. A little light flex of that right foot. And we come into pause and stay for a couple of rounds of breath in pigeon pose. Drop your focus in and down and take a body scan. Let the top of that left foot rest. And when you find the spacious inhale, it fills the back body. And the long, slow exhale, it's going to empty out the breath all the way and moves you into the pose a little more without force. And start to press through the top of that left foot and walk yourself back up onto your fingertips. Now we're going to shift to that outer right thigh and guide the left foot around. And your left toes are going to point straight ahead. We're going to take our left arm on the inside of the knee. And you can turn. Now, if you can get that left heel a little closer toward the sitting bone, and you can work that left arm forward, rotate left thumb down, reach the back of that hand around onto that kind of outer left hip, and you may be able to reach your right fingertips around and bind. Open your collarbones and look to the right. Finding this twist, open belly. Just kind of squeeze that left knee toward the outer left shoulder and breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to unwind and take our hands, interlace them on the sole of that left foot, lift it up. Take this heron pose. Now let's try on this side. We're going to take the right hand to the outside of that left foot and just try to pull that shin toward your forehead. You don't have to force. Let your right knee fall open. And we're going to exhale it out. Now for the fun of it, let's just take this left foot. We're going to take that top of the foot right into the hip crease and let that left knee fall open and just kind of rock forward and back a little bit there. If it's too much to have that ankle kind of in that hip crease, you could just do cross-legged. It's a full lotus prep. Don't overdo. Good. And we're gonna come forward and walk the fingertips forward. It's a half lotus. So again, you could just cross that left ankle in front if that felt better. And fold all the way down. Exhaling all the way out. And lift your gaze, let's sit up. And then uncross, bring both knees in, feet on the floor, hug yourself into a little ball. Exhale down through the tail. And then cross either ankle on top, roll over the knees. And let's take one downward dog. You're gonna pedal out the feet. You can always insert a plank pose, a chaturanga flow there, finding a back bend, and then meeting in downward dog, or just staying in downward dog. Nice. And then come down onto the knees into tabletop. We're gonna meet standing on the knees. Take your hands to the hips. Take a big step forward with your left foot. Sink the hips. Forget what I did. Oh yeah. Take your left hand on the inside of the heel and reach toward the top of the foot. And then we're going to turn. We're going to use that connection of the left arm into the inner thigh and turn, dropping that left sitting bone down. Try to swipe that right hand left and look to the right. Keep pressing through the ball of your left foot. Let's inhale and exhale, release the right hand down. Now heel toe the left foot behind your right wrist. Let the left knee drop open. We're gonna extend that right leg long through the baby toe and make your way down into a pigeon. Rest your third eye center on your hands or on a block, and we linger for a few breaths. Right hip point rolling down. Lingering. And tuning into the space of the inhale, bringing light to your tension and to your gripping. And the exhale, allowing you to settle and relax. And especially relaxing jaw, shoulders, eyes. And that softness then flows down into the hips and back. One more spacious inhale, bringing your mind to the area of the most sensation. And that long, slow exhale allows you to unwind further without force. And start to press through the top of your right foot and make your way up onto your fingertips. Shift into your outer left thigh, and we're going to bring that right foot around. So the right toe is pointing straight away from the sitting bone. The heel could come pretty close, so it might even touch kind of the top of your left foot there. And then you're going to take that right arm on the inside of the knee. This is a fine place to stay. Right thumb up. Or you're going to kind of work that right arm on the inside of the knee. So you get that knee really close to the shoulder, the right shoulder blade. You're going to rotate right thumb down, then reach around. Try to bind your fingertips. And then you turn. And you look toward the sky. And you can smile. And breathe. That's all we can do in life. Just smile and breathe. Good. Hug that right knee into the arm a little bit. One more inhale, smile and breathe. And exhale, let's unwind. And then we're gonna take that right foot, interlace your hands around that foot, lift the heel, and then bring your face and your forehead toward that right shin. Nice full exhale. Maybe even this is a moment to let the exhale out the mouth. Let your elbows open away from each other. Then we're going to release. Now you can either cross that ankle in front and just call it a day, or you're gonna work that ankle right up into the hip crease. So it's either the ankle with a flex foot, or sometimes you can take that flointed foot, is a pointed foot with a flexed active toe, just to protect the ankle from sickling. You don't want to have that ankle like sickled. You want to have a nice straight ankle. And then you can just work it and then rock a little bit. It's a half full lotus. Good. One thing to try, we didn't do this on the other side, but you can take your left hand behind you and just give that right inner knee a little bit of a press forward and down. Not a really, firm or hard press, just a light press. Good. And then go ahead and walk forward. Slide your hands forward. Take any amount of forward fold. And then we'll come on to sit up. We're going to lean back, uncross, feet on the ground, hug them in, take a big hug. Inhale into your back body. And when you exhale, let's open out and come onto the floor. Nice, come onto the floor. Tuck those shoulders underneath, let the floor support you. And let's hug the knees in and come into a full happy baby, and we'll even out the hips. Rocking side to side. Excellent work today, getting on the mat. A lot of times you'll hear a yoga teacher talk about how a lot of emotions can be stored in the hips. I think emotions can be stored in a lot of different places in the body. But a lot of times the hips will help you release some stuck emotions. So it's okay to feel what you feel. We're going to release, bring the feet on the ground, give a good couple stamps. Good. And then I just want to press through the feet, lift up the butt, and just give a good squeeze the glutes, squeeze the gluteal muscles, and then lay your back on the ground. And you can take constructive rest with your knees knocking into touch, or go ahead and extend the legs out, and we'll find Shavasana today. So we're going to find our Shavasana, letting the floor support you. Roll your head side to side, let go of any tension in your forehead, your eyebrows, your jaw. And there's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do right now, just to stay present for a short little while. In the presence of yourself, in the presence of your mind, of your body, of the present moment and all that is now, complete and whole. So we find this sense of surrendering into the flow of all things. Tuning into a sense of magic and wonder whenever you can. The wonder of your own, the sheer luck of your own existence here, and the consciousness in this world. Let's find gratitude in the mind and let that translate into a feeling in your heart and in your cells. Feeling of gratitude for this breath, this body. Starting to wiggle fingers and toes, waking up sensation, and eventually reaching your arms overhead. Take that resetting stretch. And you can always hang out a little while longer if you want to rest further on the back. And if you're with me, go ahead and hug your knees in, give yourself a squeeze, and we're going to slowly find our way over to either side, and let's make our way up into a cross-legged seat. Making your way up again to find any comfortable seat that works for you, and thank yourself for showing up, and I wish you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and trust on the journey. Namaste. So grateful that you're here with me. I'm posting about 3 times a week, and I appreciate it if you're still with me. And please subscribe to my channel. You can like, share, you can hit that super thanks button, and that supports me as well. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Drop me a comment. Let me know how you liked this one. Okay, see you next time. Bye-bye. Keep going.